Hi, Ellie Walsh, and today is day 8 of the 90-day video challenge. So I saw some conversations going on the Facebook page. That's really cool. And somebody was asking this question. I wanted to get it right, so I printed it out. I don't have my glasses on, so stay with me here. It was about fear. And they were saying, she was saying, it was about fear. Sometimes, no matter how many times I ask the question, remember the question, go back to all those other videos I've just done, I can still feel fear creeping in. That makes me feel uncomfortable. My vibration feels uncomfortable. I keep reaffirming that everything always works out for me, which I know to be true. Yet at times the fear is still present. Is there anything more I can do to combat fear? Okay, well, right there, and I kind of just left a one-line response because I knew I was going to do this video. If you're combating fear, you are stuck in fear. You're holding it to you. Remember what we talk about. If I'm combating fear, that's where my energy, attention, and focus is on the fear. And so my vibration is about fear. So I'm in essence calling this thing that I don't want to me. That's number one. The next aspect of that is and you kind of say it here. You're saying at times the fear is still present. Remember what we've talked about. These are patterns, and you don't rearrange them in a few days. It doesn't take years, but it doesn't take a couple of tries. It's all about shifting. So when you feel, and what is fear? There's another one. You know, there's good fear. If you're standing in the road, all right, on the yellow line, and a truck is barreling down at you, and you're fearful, you better pay attention. Okay, you better run. That's good fear. This other stuff that we label as fear, and we do have a pattern of fear about it. It was just about a pattern of not knowing. Lots of times this is where fear comes from. I don't know the results. I want to know the results now. I want to know what's going to happen. And so we get caught up in this not knowing, and we get uncomfortable. See, I wouldn't even call it fear. Fear is when you're standing on the edge of a cliff, 75 stories up in the air. For me, that's fear. Not everybody has that fear, okay? I don't want to fall. It just scares me. Fear is, when somebody's chasing you, a dog or a bear especially, is chasing you. That's good fear, by the way. The other stuff we've labeled as fear, but it's just an uncomfortable feeling about usually not knowing what's going to happen. Or there's another story behind it of it's not going to work out good for me. So when you're saying the things like, I know things always do work out for me, and folks, things do work out for you. They do, don't you? You're still okay. You're here. You're watching. I'm talking to everybody. You're still in one piece. Things do always work out for you. They might not always work out the way you think they should, but they always work out. So you do want to hang on to that. And from what I'm reading in here, and from what I see when I work with clients all the time, we still have an old pattern of hanging on to that old pattern. We have this old pattern of hanging on to this fearful pattern. So it has to be shifted more than once. I promise you, when you feel this uncomfortable feeling and you say, how can I experience this differently? There is a shift. But what's happening next is immediately, in a microsecond, millisecond, the pattern is kicking in. That's okay. That's okay, because you have to now start being aware of, you have to pay more attention to the shift, and you have to proclaim the shift. You have to say, okay, I know that this is working. I know that I'm changing this old story. This is nothing more than an old story. When I work with somebody on a one-to-one, we can get in there and we can fine-tune really well. So I have to give you a little more broad examples here, but just work with it. Just know that it is nothing more than an old story. Not knowing an outcome of something, is that really something to be frightened of? If a bear is chasing you, I'll go, yeah. I think if a bear comes out of the woods here, I'm going to run like hell, okay? And I should be frightened. But, you know, not knowing an outcome of something, but, you know, you have to question that. Like, oh, you know, why am I even allowing fear to be a part of this? Okay, there's uncertainty. Just acknowledging that. There's relief in releasing it. Stop calling it fear and call it uncertainty. Call it uncomfortability. It is all about how your subconscious mind works. And these are the tools and tricks and tips that I'm teaching you. So if you've got more questions, and please, all of you, thank you for your questions. Thank you for playing with me with this, because this is really important, and it helps you. It always helps me. We all benefit, and everybody that's watching and reading. So please keep asking your questions over at the Facebook page. I'll put the link here. Okay, I think the sun, well, I don't know. It didn't rain on me. The bear didn't come out. And I think the sun is on its way out. I'll talk to you tomorrow, which would be day 9. Have a great day.